Hi COD students, welcome to Module 4 of Personal and Community Health. Our module is entitled Habits and Reaching Our Health Goals. So if you'll remember, your first module I had you introduce yourselves to the group, include possibly a health goal for yourself. We talked about then communities and how that has influenced our health, and our most recent module was on stress. So what I'm hoping you'll do is use this module to either progress towards your health goal and or decrease stress in your life. Maybe this can help you create a habit or eliminate a habit that can improve the amount of stress in your life, so therefore decrease your stress, right? So you're going to be reading an article. It's an appendix of the book The Power of Habit. Some of you might have read that. It's by Charles Duhigg. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the last name correct, but interesting book. And the article goes on to explain, and I'll read this for you here, that there's a simple neurological loop at the core of every habit, and that loop consists of three parts: a cue, a routine, which is the habit, and then a reward. So what I'm going to ask you to do is identify a habit either that you have that you want to eliminate, or a habit maybe that you don't fully have yet. Maybe you do it part way, or maybe it's a habit you're not involved in at all, but that habit that you want to increase, you want to establish. So it's either a habit that you have that you want to get rid of, or a habit that you don't have or don't completely have that you want to obtain. And what you're going to do is I want you to identify the parts of the loop for that habit, right? So you're going to identify the cue, the routine, and the reward that make up that habit. And then tell me how you can change either the cue or the reward to then either eliminate that habit if that's something you're looking to do, or to reinforce that habit. And what I do is I give you an example of each, right? So I give you a personal example that I have for a positive habit that I don't really do, that I would like to consistently do. And then I also give you a negative habit that I have that I would like to eliminate, right? So the examples are, and you'll be able to read this of course, right, is after a run, it would be great if I would have the habit of stretching. I know it would benefit my health, right? It would benefit my running, make me feel better, that type of thing. But I don't do it enough. So that's the habit I want to increase, right? Is stretching more after my run. Well, what's the cue for that? The cue that I've identified is coming in the door after the run, looking at the clock, and if there's enough time before I have to be to work or have to attend to another commitment, then I will stretch, right? So it's that glancing at the clock and seeing enough time. That's my cue where, okay, I can take 10 minutes and stretch. And then the reward is, hey, I feel better the rest of the day. I feel better the next morning when I wake up. So that's my loop, right? It's the cue is having enough time. The routine is the stretching, and the reward would be feeling better throughout the day. So I can change that by changing the cue, right? Can I adjust my schedule such that I do come back from my run and I have enough time, right? So I'm going to change the cue by getting up earlier and getting out the door earlier for my run. So that's the example of a positive habit that I'd like to establish. Negative habit, and somebody mentioned this, I think as far as a health goal they had, or part of their stress was drinking coffee, right? I want to drink less coffee, and I find that I drink the most coffee at work. And so the example I give for you here is, okay, the routine that I have is drinking coffee. The cue is simply being in the physical therapy office where I work, and the reward is that it wakes me up. I feel more refreshed, right? So in this example, I want to decrease that habit. I want to ultimately eliminate that habit. So I can change the cue simply by not going into the PT office. In my work environment, I have to document on the computer, but I don't have to do it in the PT office. I could sit out at a nursing station out on the floor and therefore not have coffee sitting right there, right? So that's going to eliminate the cue, right? So I can alter the cue in that way, or I could alter the reward. Can I find a different way to get that reward, right? And so the examples I put here for ways I could get more reward is simply getting more sleep, right? So either getting more sleep at night, or when I have my lunchtime at work, I could eat quick and take a 20-minute nap and feel more refreshed that way, right? So you only need to do one of those two examples that I gave you, right? You're either gonna pick first of all, read the article so you kind of get what I'm saying. Obviously, he's gonna explain it far better than I am. And then give me an example of a habit that you either do not have and you would like to establish and how you could go about building that, or a habit that you have that you would like to decrease or ultimately eliminate. All right, this module is going to be closed at midnight on Sunday, November 22nd. So please get your post in before then, and then of course respond to a few of your peers, right? This is a great opportunity to kind of build each other up as we're all trying to get healthier, right? If you read somebody's post and you can relate to it, or maybe you have an alternative idea for them, or you can just simply offer encouragement, do that as well. So get a post, an initial post in, and then reply to at least 3 of your peers, and all due at midnight on Sunday, November 22nd. Have a great week.